Okay, my first verse is in Proverbs 9, 7-9. He that reproveth a scorner getteth himself shame, and he that rebuketh a wicked man getteth himself a blot. Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee. Give instruction to a wise man, he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, he will increase in learning. And this is supposed to be how you reprove or how you receive. Well, for over half of a good part of my life, I wasn't living for the Lord, so I can tell you exactly how a sinner takes it when he's wrong, and you tell him he's wrong. You end up in drugs, you end up in alcohol, you end up in jail, you end up in prison, you end up with, just like it says, a scorner getteth him to himself shame. And he that rebuketh the wicked getteth himself a blot. There wasn't very many people when I was doing wrong, when they come and tried to let me know that in love. There wasn't any of them I seen that was in the right. I know exactly what a scorner does when somebody loves you and they try to help you up. You kick them in the face. I know what you do when somebody catches you in a lie. You tell more. So maybe that's why he picked me for this, because I've got both sides of this. Every story has an end, and mine didn't end there, thank God. You come to know Jesus Christ, and then you get to, I think a lot too, how somebody handles stuff is whether they're even in a relationship with God.
Amen.
Because if you're in a relationship with God, you look for somebody, you don't see it as somebody rebuking you, you see it as somebody helping you.
Amen.
As God loving you enough that from the throne of God, he's reached down through somebody else to say, you know what, you still matter. And he lets you know, and it's like it says, instruction to a wise man will make him wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. And I don't think any of us reached our peak on wisdom or learning. That's somewhere, everybody, me more than most of you. I can grow on all of it. I couldn't get enough. I'll be done when I'm standing for his throne. Then the next verse is Proverbs 12:15. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise. And I don't know about anybody else, but it's just like I said, I know the parts where the Bible talks about what a fool does, I've had my fill of that. It's not something to be proud of. I say it to my own shame. But it's just like I said the first time, all of this, how you handle rebuke and how you give it, it all has to do with your relationship with God. Because if you're out of relationship with God, what do you know? You don't know nothing. And I was definitely there too. And then the last one I got is Proverbs 17:10. A reproof entereth more into a wise man than 100 stripes into a fool. And like I said before, if you're wise, if you're seeking wisdom, you know the only thing you can't get enough of is good advice, good godly advice. And it's to help you, not to hurt you. Because like it says right there, reproof entereth into a wise man more than 100 stripes into a fool. You try to give reproof to a fool, you just end up with a bloody fool with 100 times worse than when you got there. And I'd just like to say that, thank God, I hope that I receive, it wasn't very long ago at work, I'd done something. I know God had led me to do it. I know that I know, and I went ahead and did it. And it was within a few days, it happened at work, and a lot of other stuff was going on. And anyway, what happened was I ended up blowing up at work. I said things I shouldn't have said. I acted a way I shouldn't have acted. And, well, it didn't work out that bad. I didn't get fired. But anyway, my supervisor had come to me a little time after that and took me off to the side and said, you know, Gary, he said, that wasn't you. And what got my attention the most was she told me, she said, you know, you prayed for people here that work here. And I don't know what's going on with you, but how you acted and how fast you went off like that, that's not you. And this wasn't coming from a Christian. She don't profess to be a Christian. She don't go to nothing. And what hurt was I realized the damage I'd done to my testimony with Jesus Christ. And fortunately, God gave me the heart that I said, you know, I got to go make this right. I got to go right now. And anybody else that does this, for God's sake, learn from me. Don't wait. Don't wait. Make it right, because what you've done, you've thrown a match out, and the devil's right there with gasoline. He's waiting to put it on it. Amen. And what I did, I went to the person, and you know, it's funny. You even got to watch the devil when you're doing what's right, because all this started out, I was doing what I should have been doing. And my flesh took over along the line. I got my feelings hurt somehow, turned it around, and when I went to the person to apologize, first thing they said was, oh, no, that's okay. I said, no. It's not all right. What I've done, I've injured my testimony of Jesus Christ and what he's delivered me from. And it's like I told her, I said, you know, I need you to forgive me. Just watch. And what that meant was, I'll walk the talk. And I'm sure none of you would make that mistake, but just in case anybody does, I'm telling you, that's what the Bible means when you do. Be quick to go back and put that fire out. Because if you don't, you have no idea what it can do. And that's all.